Well, good morning. Good morning. I hope you folks are able to watch today, and we're glad to have you. I'm going to give this just a second so people can kind of join in with us. This is Pastor Tad Marshall from Lakeside Baptist, and we're going live, and I'm enjoying this. We're going to do this, Lord willing, every day at 9 o'clock, and that's our plan. So I'm going to just give it a few minutes, let people join in with us. Thank you. I hope already that you're having a great day in the midst of all of this. I trust the Lord that you're already beginning to have a good day. And I know there's a lot of fear. I understand that. And I've got some news updates for you today, and it's all changing rapidly. It's changing very quickly. And I pray that the Lord will encourage you today. And I want to share some scripture with you. And I'm here in the office. While I'm here, the construction folks are working next door. And we are excited about the upcoming completion of our new building. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen the next few weeks? Who knows what's going to happen today or tomorrow? And I'm just sitting here with my Bible and my hat. I cannot reveal my sources. This is a 2020 Masters hat. And evidently they're not going to have the Masters at this point anyway, but maybe later in the year. Who knows what's going to happen? But I appreciate one of the men in our church getting this from me, but I cannot reveal my sources. And I'm watching the news like you're watching the news, and we're just trusting the Lord. Can I share a verse of Scripture with you this morning? And some of you are home. Do me a favor. If you're watching, just put a little comment on there. Say, hey, we're watching. Hey, we love you, Pastor Tad. You know, I don't like your shirt, Pastor Tad, or something like, I don't know. Just let me know you're watching. That'll kind of encourage me. I know this is going over the World Wide Web, and millions of people, I'm sure, are watching. Nah, I'm just teasing. I'm thankful that you are able to watch, and you can either watch live, or when we get done here, it'll be posted on Facebook. Folks can watch it later at their convenience. And we will also, it might take a few minutes again, but we're going to put it on Realm. If you're a church member, you have our church app. It's Realm, and that video will be posted on there. And also, we have a YouTube channel now, and Brother West set that up for us, and that makes it really convenient. So you can watch it three ways. Obviously, watch it live on Facebook or archive. It'll be there, I guess, as long as it's there. And then you can watch it through the Realm app, and also through our YouTube channel. So you don't have to have Facebook anymore to watch it. You can search Lakeside Baptist Church, and you can find our YouTube channel, and these videos will be posted on there after the fact. It might take about an hour to get it up and running each day we do this, but you can watch it there. So you don't have to have Facebook. You can just watch it on the computer or on your cell phone, YouTube, Realm, or of course, as you are right now, Facebook. So just make a comment. Thank you. We got a lot of folks watching. I appreciate you making comments. I want to remind you of something. You know, John 14 tells us, Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. And he goes on. But I like verse number 27. John 14, verse number 27. This is Jesus. He said, peace, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Jesus is just reminding his followers, his disciples, I give you peace. Well, can I remind you, Jesus he's the Prince of Peace. And when he saves you, he invades you with peace, and in the midst of struggles and trouble and tribulation, problem, fear, in the midst of all this, Jesus gives us peace. And this world seems like right now it's turned upside down. And there's a lot of panic maybe, there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiousness. Can I tell you, I get that. I really do. I get that. You know, on one side, people can be, saying this is overblown. I get that. And it's what I said yesterday. On the other side, there's fear. I'm asking God to help us to have the right balance. I understand that maybe people might take things too far, but on the other hand, do you realize this? And listen to what I'm fixing to admit this to you. I may be wrong about this. I may be. I would rather respond out of caution and later find out that maybe we overreacted, and that's okay, than to kind of ignore the fact that there could be something big going on here that we need to be careful of, and later find out that we didn't act. And because we didn't act, then we helped spread the problem. So I'm going to talk to you today about the decision of our church. And I came on here yesterday and we were talking about the fact that, I just could not see myself preaching to a bunch of empty pews, and we're going to have church. And at some level, I want to let you know this morning, we're still going to have church, but because of the events, I think we're going to have church in a different way. And one of our church members sent me something this morning. I appreciate her doing this. She said, hey, I want to remind you that the church, if we have to, the church is not canceled. We're not canceling church. We're just closing the buildings. And at some point, I feel like we need to do that. And I'm meeting with my staff today. Some of my staff and I apologize, all of this is just happening so rapidly. I spent most of my time yesterday in the hospital visiting, so I've not even been able to meet with a lot of my staff. I'm meeting with them today. I'm meeting with the pastors after I get done here. I'm meeting with the office staff. Just to let you know, we're going to close our church office today at 12. I'm trying to watch out for people's safety. You say, well, I don't believe all that. Well, I'm responsible, and I have to take responsibility. And I don't want to put anybody, whether there's something to it or not, I have to be responsible and make wise decisions. Thank you for understanding that. Can I tell you, I just want to talk to you, church family. We've never dealt with anything like this. I mean, I know we're always fighting evil and it's a spiritual warfare. But in America, even the decisions our president is making and the decisions that our local leaders are making, think about the decision of every pastor dealing with his church. To be quite honest with you, and a lot of you are watching today because you're home, and thank you for watching, but you're home because we've never dealt with anything like this. All the schools are closing. They've canceled the masters. All of these events, hospitals are on lockdown. You can't visit nursing homes. We've never dealt with anything quite like this. That's the word unprecedented. There's not a precedent for it. And so this is unusual. Is it a sign of the end times? Well, I really, really do believe that we're in the last days, and I believe that Jesus is coming soon. Is this a sign of that? I don't know. I'll let you debate that. But I do know that in the tribulation time, there's going to be things far, far worse than this. But I'm thankful that we're not in the tribulation. The rapture has not taken place yet, but I believe it could happen very soon. But is this a sign of that? Well, we'll see. But we just have to deal with what we know. And the decisions that we made yesterday are based on what we knew yesterday. The decisions that we make today are based on what we know today. And so we have to be wise. We have to let the Lord lead us. I will tell you this. On the one hand, in John 14, Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. But I want to read you something from Romans chapter 13. And you know this. I'm not trying to preach a sermon here this morning, but I want to tell you the basis of a decision that I'm making. Romans chapter 13. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Now, the Lord is telling us something. People may say, well, I just don't like the federal government. You know what? I agree with you. I don't like everything being mandated to us. And I don't like to see at a time like this, it seems like the government having more control on our lives. I agree with you. But you have to look and see what God said. God said the powers that are over us are ordained of God. They came out and said that you shouldn't gather in a group of people of more than 250 people. Then they said you shouldn't gather in a group of more than 100 people. Then the CDC came out and said you shouldn't gather in a group of more than 50 people. Then they came out and said you shouldn't gather in a group, yesterday the White House said, of more than 10 people. Well, that kind of wipes out a lot. And I know you could argue, is that mandated? Is that recommended? Well, all I'm telling you, as a pastor, I love our church family. I love our people. and we don't want to do anything to put anybody in harm's way. If we continue to have services, there are a group of people here that love church and love God so much that no matter what the circumstances are, they're going to be here. They're going to be here. And I admire that about the people of Lakeside Baptist Church. But in some sense, if something were to happen and germs were to be spread because I refuse to act, then I'm going to be held responsible. You say, well, I don't know if I would handle it that way. Well, then I have to answer to God for the decisions I make, and you have to answer to God for the decisions you make. Let me tell you what we're going to do. Thank you for understanding. God said we're to be subject unto the higher powers. And by the way, I'm sitting here. Look at there. This is the coffee corner at Lakeside. This is in our new building. Lord willing, I don't know what's going to happen between now and April the 19th, but Lord willing, the Sunday after Easter is the dedication of our new Next Generation Ministry Center, and we have the coffee corner. That'll be kind of fun. I love coffee. I'm a Christian. I love coffee, and I'm teasing. Some of you don't. But we're excited about the upcoming events of our grand opening on Sunday, April the 19th. But who knows what's going on? We might all be in heaven by then. But let me tell you what we're going to do. And thank you for watching. Again, I ask you, if you're watching, comment. Let us know that you're there. No matter what I do, no matter what decision I make, I'm going to be second guessed. But I'm okay with that. I feel like we got to do the right thing. Tomorrow night, we're not meeting here. But we are going to be meeting online. I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to do it. If you need help, you let me know. I'll be glad to come by and visit you. If I can get in the hospitals, I'll be glad to. But also, I have to be concerned about I can't do anything foolish because I'm around other people at other times. So you understand that. That's why we say this is unprecedented. I'm a promoter. I'm an evangelistic person. I believe in reaching people and gathering people. This goes against my nature, but we're going to trust God that we're doing the right thing. We're not going to be having a service tomorrow night, but we will be online. 7 o'clock, we will be online. I think Brother Zach is going to even be doing something online for the teenagers with the youth group. I think that's great. And we're trying to think of ways we can minister to people. So here's kind of the schedule. Tomorrow night, I'll be in Psalm 138. Oh, I tell you, I've already looked at Psalm 138. It applies to today's situation. Psalm 138 tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Join us online. You can either watch, again, live on Facebook. It'll also be archived on Facebook. After the fact, we will upload it to Realm, and so it'll be later that night. And then after the fact, also, it'll be on YouTube. So I'm just making it available as much as I possibly can. And so that'll be tomorrow night, Wednesday night, live online only. Again, what one of our members said this morning, the church isn't canceled. We're just simply closing the buildings for safety. I like that. Sunday, in spite of what I previously said, hear me, in spite of what I previously said, I just feel like the way this is escalating, and maybe a lot of it is unnecessary fear, I don't know. But you have to recognize there is fear. And you have to recognize people are certainly concerned. So Sunday, Lakeside Baptist Church, we will not be meeting here Sunday. I want you to understand, because I'll get this out by way of email and text to the church. But Sunday, we will not be meeting here for services. We will be meeting. The only other way that I know that we can meet, is to meet online. Again, Facebook, Realm after the fact, and YouTube after the fact. That's all I know to do. If we can minister to you, if we can help you, if we can encourage you any other way, we will be glad to. But we're going to have to go to online only. We kind of made a half a step the other day, but I feel like we need to go ahead and take that full step. And there's a reason why, by the way, just simple. I can't get too technical, but I can't do Realm live video. I can't do YouTube live video all at the same time we're doing Facebook. If there's a technical way to do that, if we can find out, great. But right now, we don't know how to do that. So that's why Realm and YouTube are going to have to be after the fact. We'll do it as quick as we can when it's over. All right, Sunday morning, I'll give you a more definite time after we meet with the staff today. But we're going to have a children's Bible time. I want you to encourage your kids to gather around. And I know it's unusual. We've never done this is unprecedented. But we're going to meet online. I'll be preaching, Lord willing, out of John 13. We're going through the book of John on Sunday morning, a journey with Jesus through John. But before the main service begins, we're going to have a children's Bible time. So I want you to gather your kids around, and they'll enjoy that for a few minutes. And then Brother Tim, probably, we were talking about it just briefly, but I think Brother Tim might do an adult Sunday school lesson. And then Lord willing, I'll be preaching out of John 13. We're going to have the choir sing. We're actually going to have the choir sing, Lord willing. No, not live. But we love our choir. I love to hear the choir of Lakeside Baptist Church more than anybody. I mean, I'd rather hear them sing more than any choir, more than any group. And Brother Wes is going to get some of our favorites that the choir sings. We're going to play them. So we'll enjoy that. Music and a message and a Sunday school lesson from Brother Tim and a children's Bible time. So we're excited about that. And so keep that in mind. I will ask you, send us prayer requests. Send us prayer requests. You can email the church office. You can email me. My email is Marshall, Marshall, Tad, Tad, Marshall, Tad at Gmail. Send me your prayer request. You can post your prayer request online, but if you want to keep it private, you can send it to me on email. You can call the church office. We're going to close the church office today at 12, and I know you understand that. But send us your prayer request. Send us your needs. We'll be glad to respond as best we can. But and I want to challenge you as our church family. The ministry goes on. We can't stop. We can't stop the needs that we have here. We can't stop. We're trying to minister to people. I'm meeting with the pastors today at 11 o'clock. And our plan, our meeting is, how can we continue to minister to people without having meetings up here at the church? We want to continue. Our ministry doesn't stop. And our needs do not stop. We still support missionaries. We still have needs. We have physical needs here on the church property. We have a staff. We have light bills. We have all these things. And so I want to continue to encourage you to give. That's why I like the fact that we have online giving. You can give as a faithful family member. You can give online as you know how to do that. You can even mail your giving in. You can drop it by the church office. But there again, after 12 o'clock today, our church office is going to be closed. Now, I will continue to be here. We'll be in and out. But I feel like it's right for me to let the ladies in the office go home. And I'll be here. The other pastors will be here. Probably Brother Frank will be here at some level. But just want to let you know that. We want to keep in contact with people. Our ministry never stops. Can you believe it? 1 year ago today. 1 year ago today. March, what's today? The 17th? That's right. We were having groundbreaking right behind me. The men are working out there right now. 1 year ago today, we broke ground on our Next Generation Ministry Center. And we're a few days away from completion. It's not been a year of building because it was like a couple of months before they actually started the construction. But we broke ground a year ago today. It's exciting. It's actually a miracle. And we're thankful for what the Lord's doing. Pray for one another. Continue to pray for Jody Sanders. Continue to pray for Freddie Manning. And we can give updates. Call the church office. But Jody's having difficulty. Please pray for her. Pray for John. Pray for Freddie Manning, if you would, please. Pray for Jared Clark's stepdad, Jerry Hargett, and we're certainly praying for others. Pray for Brother Tom Farrell, if you would, please. And I know we had to change the meeting. I want to ask you specifically to pray for Brother Tom and Miss Regina Farrell. We enjoyed having them here over the weekend, but I'm asking you to especially pray for Brother Tom Farrell. We love you. We praise God for you. You know, I'm going to be second guest, but I'm doing what I feel like is the right thing to do. We'll get all this out there. We'll send out emails. We'll send out text. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your encouragement. If we can do anything for you, please contact us. I'll be glad to do whatever I can to be a blessing, to be an encouragement to your family. I've never dealt with anything like this, nationwide or locally or at our church. It's different. But we're trying to do the right thing. Thank you for understanding. We love you. God bless you. I'll see you again, Lord willing, tomorrow at 9 o'clock here. But if you need to call or text us or email us, please feel free to do that. God bless you.